Greetings everybody. Let's quickly have a look at the Euro-Bund chart. So I have the monthly chart for Euro-Bund open, and the first thing that I can already see is that we had this particular upward movement here from this area to that area, and then we saw price actually moving sideways in this manner, from this particular area over here, and then we got to see price doing that, right? um what else can we tell by looking at this particular chart? Another thing that's very important that I can tell is that we had this information here with the neckline being there. Also, another important thing that I usually say when it comes to M and W formations is that once the M has formed and the neckline has been broken, ideally what we would love to see happen is price coming back to the neckline to retest it and then come down in this manner. We would have looked for a selling opportunity in this region. However, price or the market did not give us that opportunity. Nonetheless, there will be many other opportunities, and let's continue. What else can we tell by looking at this particular chart? Let's see. Another thing that's very important that I can see is that we have this particular area over here. We have this particular area over here. In fact, this whole entire line, it's a support area. I'm just going to mark it so you guys can see it. Let's see. It's a very, very important area. Just bear with me, guys. Let's just mark it in this manner. There we go. Just looking at this, it is my belief that price will end up coming to this level. It's a very strong area of support, and I believe that the market will come to this area and it will then reverse or keep going down further. However, I've got a very strong feeling that it will come to this area from where it is right now. However, let us look for more reasons as to why the market will do so. Another very important thing that's telling me that price will continue to go down from where it is right now is this particular candlestick right here. It is a bearish candlestick with a small body and a long lower wick. It tells me that at this level over here, at this level, there is a lot of liquidity that's sitting down there, and the market needs to grab some of that liquidity. So what else can we tell by looking at this particular chart, which is the monthly chart? I don't see much. Another thing that I'm just going to do is just add a neckline to that M structure that I spoke about so that we don't forget about it. I'll just put the neckline there. There we go. So from here, I'm just going to move on to the weekly chart. There we go. I've got the weekly chart open. Let's see. So I spoke about this particular area or this particular candlestick. It's actually better visible on the weekly chart. It's actually let me just make it bigger. It's a bearish candle with a small body and a very long lower wick. So this confirms it actually, that the market has to come to this level, in my humble opinion. But let's continue. What else can we tell by just looking at this particular weekly chart of Euro-Bund? I can see that we had a gap here. However, it was filled, so that's not important anymore. Let's have a look. What else can we tell by looking at this particular chart? What else is important? Let's see. Just bear with me, guys. I don't see much that's actually important here, except that at this level we seem to have a gap at this level, and as I usually say with gaps, that the market at one point or another has to come back to fill this particular gap, as there is quite a lot of liquidity trapped in that area. From here, I'm just going to head on over to the daily chart. The first thing that I'm going to do on the daily chart is actually add a channel. Let's see. How would I add a channel here? Let's see. I would do it like this. Just bear with me, guys. Another very important thing to note, and I know I keep repeating myself, is that our channels have to be as accurate as possible. Let's see. Actually, I'm just gonna do it like this, rather. Yeah, I'll do it this way actually. There we go. And then I'm just gonna make it a black color. There we go. Right, that's our daily channel. So what else can we tell by looking at this particular daily channel? Another thing that I can see is that we have a gap in this region, and this tells us that there is quite a lot of liquidity trapped there, and the market has to come back to around here at this level just to fill it up. Okay, let's continue. What else do we see on this particular chart? There's another area here which has a gap that needs to be filled. This one too needs to be filled. Yeah, that's it really in as far as the daily chart goes. I don't see anything else that's of value. From here, I'm just gonna head on over to the H4 chart. On the H4 chart, I'm just gonna fix my daily channel in this manner. Just bear with me, guys. Just bear with me. There we go. Almost there. Okay, let's see. Apologies for the background noises. Okay, there we go. Gonna fix this one as well. There we go. There we go. I'll just have it like this. That's my channel. So let's continue. So we are at the H4 chart rather. The next thing that I'm gonna do on this chart is add the H4 channel as well, and I will add it in this manner. Just bear with me. I'll make it a different color so that it stands out. There we go. There we go. So let's continue. What else can we tell by looking at this particular H4 chart of Euro-Bund? Let's see. I can see that we actually have a head and shoulder pattern here, with the left shoulder being here, the head being there, and the right shoulder being in this area. Let me just do this quickly so that you can see exactly what it is that I'm referring to. This is what we have, right? Left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder, right? Let's see, what else can we tell by looking at this particular chart? Let's see. We already spoke about this gap. At this point, I do not see anything else that is of interest. From here, I'm going to head on over to the H1 chart. On the H1 chart, I can see that we had a huge information in this region. We had this huge information with the neckline being there. Currently, price seems to be testing the neckline actually. The neckline hasn't really been broken. Sorry, in fact, it has been broken. The neckline has been broken. However, we cannot yet enter because we have two trend lines, that of the daily chart and that of the H4 chart, that are actually blocking price at the moment. So we cannot really enter at this stage. Ideally, we should wait for price to actually do this. If the neckline is here, let me just do this quickly. Just hold on, guys. So if the neckline is, if this is the information, the huge information, and the neckline is there, ideally what we should do is wait for price to fully break all of these equidistant lines, and then come back to the region to test it, and then we would look for a further selling opportunity in this region when price comes back to retest. From there, we would then sell, look for a selling opportunity rather, and our take profit would be, if I can just go back to weekly chart, our take profit would be in this region over here. Our take profit would be in this region over here. In fact, we could just say that our take profit, or our first take profit, would be 148.12. Let me just go back to that H1 chart. I hope that makes sense, guys. I hope that makes sense. The neckline has been broken. The neckline at this level has been broken. However, we cannot yet enter because we have the daily channel there, which is blocking price. We also have the H4 channel here. So the best thing to do, as I said, is to rather wait for price to